Don Westfall back in downtown Mankato, the Verizon Wireless Center, where the Mavericks, a little bit interesting there at the end of the second period, a big goal. Teddy Beluga with the hat trick tonight, and Teddy Beluga with those 3 goals, also won by Brad McClure, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Mavericks. But we have a great opportunity here to talk to truly one of the best ambassadors Mankato's ever seen in Jonathon Zierdt, the President and CEO of Greater Mankato
You're
Growth.
kind.
Well, this is true, and there's a lot of people who would state that. And we're here to talk about something obviously very near and dear. Obviously, you love the idea of promoting Mankato, but tonight we have a very special cause. In fact, the entire month here in November, it's Grow Mankato. I'm doing my best. His looks
You
a
look
little
good,
bit
huh?
better.
Mine's coming out, too.
Yeah, but Jonathan, this is an effort to kind of promote men's health. Obviously, we all know that last month with Dig Pink and those kinds of efforts
Right.
for women's breast cancer. But this is a cause as far as men's health, especially cancer treatments, about testicular and prostate cancer, something that obviously you're dealing with right now, pretty well documented in town. You're kind of in your second go-around, and for you, an opportunity to really bring a lot of awareness to, again, a topic that you're in the mint stuff right now.
Yeah, right. 250,000 men every year will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. That's it's the second most common cause of cancer or appearance of cancer in men in the United States. And 1 in 7 men will end up with prostate cancer. Those are really high numbers, and I know those numbers because I am one of those. I was diagnosed a year ago with both prostate and kidney cancer. My kidney cancer is in remission. My prostate cancer we thought we had in remission, but it came back a month after I'd been given a clear. And so I'm in a second round of treatment now, and there's a lot of things we can do as men to make sure our awareness is heightened. Early detection is really important to catch it early. I did catch mine early. However, I have a very aggressive form, and that's why it's taking so much extra treatment. So this effort for us is really about taking a page out of how successful we've been with women's health and breast cancer awareness and get out the blue and really create attention around men's health, men's cancer, and specifically what I call the 2 men's cancers, testicular and prostate cancer.
You've been obviously involved with the Mankato community for a long time. The amount of support that very quickly has got going. Obviously, MSU has been great with it. They're doing a lot of efforts tonight, the basketball game. Next Saturday at the football game, too,
Right.
there'll be a lot of awareness.
Right.
You've been part of the community for so many years. To some degree, it really probably doesn't shock you because you know how quickly this community can really get involved with causes of this magnitude.
Well, it is a special place. This community behaves like the smallest of any community. It cares about one another, it rallies around each other, and it does all it can to help every person in this community be as successful as they can possibly be and feel like they're part of a family and that this is home. So I'm not surprised that the community is able to come together the way it is. It's humbling to me as an individual to have experienced what I have over the last year, the kind of outpouring and support and love, and sometimes I'm just not sure how I ended up in the middle of all of that. But I'm also thankful that I get to be at the front of something like this and feel the way I do and have the kind of support that I do. It really is amazing to see how quickly this has come together this year, and hopefully we're starting something that can be quite an annual tradition in our community and maybe even become even bigger than that.
If people are just hearing about this for the first time, obviously, hence the facial growth that
Right.
I'm trying to establish.
I got a week.
But what are some of the other ways that people within the community here, and even those maybe watching around southern Minnesota, and of course through the internet in this day and age, we know we got listeners. Last night we had someone in Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix watching us.
Really?
What can be done to kind of get on board and help this cause?
Well, you know what? The first thing you can do is really across the country this month. It's a whole month dedicated to really people not shaving. There's a couple different national foundations. One's the Movember Foundation. The other's the No Shave November. That's the American Cancer Society, of which I'm an honorary survivor this year. And those causes are all wonderful. And I think calling attention, that's the point of men growing their hair out, or even in some cases, women can join us as well, right? We're not gender specific, but it creates attention and it causes people to ask what's going on. And that question alone raises awareness, and then you can get these data points out there about 1 in 7 men are gonna end up with prostate cancer, the second most common cause of cancers in men. And that gets people talking, and when they get talking, that encourages people to get to their doctor and start getting checked. At the age of 45, you need to start having pretty serious conversations with the doctor about your health. I did that at the age of 45, and 3 years later, I was diagnosed with cancer. And this is a cancer that's usually found in 65, 70-year-old men. So I am not the typical face, but because I had regular conversations with my doctor, we were able to catch it early on instead of letting it go for a number of years. So people can raise attention, get people talking, make it okay for men to talk about their health, make it okay for men to talk about prostate cancer and testicular cancer, and make it okay for men to go in and have a very simple exam, from a blood test to a digital exam. It's pretty short, it's painless, and it's so easy for us to do, and it pales in comparison to what the women that we love have to go through every year to take care of their health.
Sure enough. And I know here, as we get to the end of our discussion, I know there's a big event here at the end of the month, the Top 500, to kind of culminate everything. Why don't you tell us about that?
On Saturday evening, the 29th, we'll have what we call the Mustache Bash. And there will be a prize stash for a grand prize and a runner-up winner. There'll be a gathering of probably could be 600, 1,000 people that will be there that night. We'll have a live band, we'll have games, we'll have festivities. And a lot of guys will come in and they'll be completely unshaved for the month. And then we'll have barbers there, and they'll trim you up or cut you in. And there will be some sort of, mustache or something creative that night, and they'll be judged. And somebody's going to win, and they're going to walk away with hopefully a pretty good prize stash and a runner-up as well. But it's really a get-together to celebrate this month-long effort that we're in.
Do you anticipate I have a shot, you think?
Well, you got a few weeks yet, huh?
I need every day that I can get.
Exactly, yeah.
One final question we just got to ask, how are you personally doing with your second go-around with this?
You know what? Thank you for asking. I feel pretty good. I'm a month in. I got about 6 months to go. Radiation will start in a month. I am beginning to feel the fatigue. Women will appreciate this, but the hot flashes are intense, and I get a lot of them, and that wears me out a little bit as well. So fatigue's beginning to encroach on me. I got to be careful, keep my energy reserves up, because when I hit radiation, you just don't know what that's going to be. So it's a long journey. That's why they talk about the battle with cancer. I'm a year in, and I got another six months in front of me to go in this battle.
Well, I know you got a lot of support. Your wife, Ginger.
I do.
And again,
I couldn't do it without Ginger and all the folks that are just behind us.
The people, and there's a lot of support for this guy. He truly is one of the great guys in Mankato. We've always been told we're never given more than the Lord thinks we can handle, and you must have a pretty high threshold right there, my friend.
Well, I'll tell you what, I need his help, and he's been there with me the entire way.
All right, again, our thoughts and prayers with you.
Thank you.
Continued success in the effort.
Thank you very much.
Is Jonathon Zierdt, President and CEO of Greater Mankato Growth. And we'll send it to a break with a reminder here you're watching MSU Hockey on a Maverick Hockey Weekend.
If they make this, I'll eat the blazing wings.
This is no time for a change of heart, because before contracts with the size of Texas, a man's word meant something. So get back out there and show